Okay, this might be my absolute favorite topic to talk about, my secret favorite topic to talk about. So I'm going to be talking about it right now. Hypnosis. Hypnosis, hypnosis. A bit of a woo-woo thing to talk about, a bit of a thing that people go, that's a bit strange, that's a bit weird. Hypnosis is probably one of the oldest forms of psychotherapy, healing, and just transformation. Why do I love it so much? I love it because I love what helps positively affect the mind, the body, the soul. 95%, 98% of our thoughts, words, actions, and behaviors are subconscious. So just the natural behaviors that have been conditioned that we constantly do. Hypnosis is the most scientifically, really clearly scientifically proven way to adjust and shift the subconscious mind. So it's a practical tool on how to shift your thoughts, words, actions, and behaviors. If people just remember that simple fact that we are mostly operating on subconscious behaviors or just patterns, and just go, well, I want to change parts of myself. What are the things that help? Hypnosis is literally number one. There's a few other things that I'll recommend over time, but this is number one. Now, I've loved it because hypnosis, in my definition, it's goal-orientated meditation. So meditation, you tend to just put yourself into a state where you're trying to get to no mind or clear mind. Hypnosis is a way, basically it's guided meditation. You're being guided to move in a certain direction for a certain outcome. So if that's the way you want to reframe in your mind, do that. But I love it because even over the last few days when I've been going through some different experiences, I've actually started revisiting some guided hypnosis. I tend to do it on myself, but sometimes when you're doing it on yourself, you can get caught in your own loops because the suggestions you make, the suggestions being like the affirmations or what you recommend, is kind of based on your own level of consciousness. So if you're used to being here on the energy scale or consciousness scale, but you slowly sit down, your thoughts might be in that area rather than a higher area. So I've been revisiting hypnosis audios from ones I used to listen to 10 years ago, and I've listened to a lot over my time. And from my personal experience, I prefer ones that are number one, short, literally around the 10 to 20 minute mark. And number two, I actually like them from a guy called Paul McKenna. I've gone through a lot of hypnosis audios over time, and his ones seem to be the best. I find that they're very simple. They're very aligned with good mentality, and they're also they just sound good as well. So if you're listening or wanting to listen to a good hypnosis, where do I start? Literally just look up Paul McKenna, one of the most famous hypnotists in the world. He's got some amazing books as well, but I'd recommend just going to his YouTube channel. He's uploaded a lot of the ones for free there, and just trial them out. They're outstanding. I've literally got all of them. And over the last few days, I've been listening to them again. I've just noticed my attitude has been shifting significantly over the last literally 24 hours. I've been doing other things, but it's been a really positive shift. The other thing is this: if you ever have sleep problems, put on this hypnosis audios. I guarantee you won't have a sleep problem. It will put you into a state where you're deeply relaxed. And people who are usually hard of sleeping, it's because they're very upregulated, and this will help downregulate you. And usually when people are upregulated, it's usually as soon as they're ready to relax, they drop hard. So it's a good time to use it before you sleep. I learned hypnosis probably coming up 10 years ago, basically just from a client of mine. And he was a hypnotist and he did hypnosis trainings, and I was invited to do the trainings myself. And I literally got to do all the hypnosis trainings from someone who was extremely powerful, extremely practical. And I was able to I got certified in it. And I don't really even talk about that I've got a certification in hypnotherapy, proper hypnotherapy. And it's probably one of my secret skills. I don't tend to talk about it much, usually because of the stigma. And also, I don't necessarily want to. I think an important thing is on the maturity of life journey is you realize it's not your position to try and fix people or save people. You can let them know that, you should probably try this, but sometimes they're on their own journey. So I found that people, when I've done it with people, myself and others, it's been when it seems aligned. It's not something you need to force onto people because there's different strokes for different folks types of things. So why am I speaking about hypnosis? Why am I speaking about it? I've just wanted to talk about it for a while because Even my first video on this channel was using self-hypnosis. But there's another one called like guided hypnosis, which is using a third party, an audio or a hypnotist, to do it on you. Hypnosis is extremely powerful for behavior change. So if you want to change any behaviors like nail biting, I used to bite my nails all the time, haven't in years. Quitting smoking, losing weight. I've used it for losing weight as well in my past. And what other things? It's really good for behavior change, but then you can use it just for like mental behavior change. And then also there's other ways where it's like, this is where it gets crazy on health. If you look up any studies around hypnosis and cancer, or hypnosis and healing from surgeries, outstanding. Because I think on a basic level, and it's really interesting, like there's a lot of hypnosis that say hypnosis for this, hypnosis for that. But what I do know, what it does always work for, literally always, is to relax. It will relax you. There's ones that say become a millionaire or quit smoking, whatever it is. There'll be crazy outlandish stuff, how to cure your cancer. But one thing it definitely does do is it down-regulates you and allows you to relax, which is giving your nervous system, different parts of your body, the ability to down-regulate and start to rejuvenate like you're in sleep. But it's more powerful than sleep because you're in a consciousness state where there's suggestions. Maybe the healing power just comes from that. When you're in down-regulated state, the body can go to its baseline relaxation method to actually start doing self-healing, like when you're sleeping. When you are sick, the best thing you do is sleep. When you've had a surgery, sleep. When you've exercised, sleep. Sleep has a magical ability. I feel like hypnosis is not mimicking it, because it's not a mimic, but it's tapping into that and more. So even on the base level that you go, well, this is going to be doing the same effect as sleeping, but in a shorter time, outstanding. Sometimes our stresses and worries just come from our stresses and worries. So by down regulating ourselves, it removes that out of the way. You focus on what you need to do, you get better results. There is definitely something more than that in it. I just don't know what it is. And honestly, no one does. It's one of those things that it's a direct experience. You can only have your own direct experience and what it does for you at this point in time based on your situation. Someone with the same situation at a different point in time is going to have a different outcome, and you might have a different outcome at a different point in time. So what I recommend is this. Go onto YouTube, look up Paul McKenna, and just listen to some of his hypnoses. They are outstanding. They're simple. They're free. And you listen to them for a few days. Things will shift for you. So this is my little video on hypnosis, a bit of just like a random ramble. I will do more videos on it because I'm wanting to do more, and I'll actually record some hypnosis audios as well, because I record them for myself. I haven't in a while, hence why I'm probably having challenges. Yet when I've done them in the past, what's kind of crazy, this is such a weird paradox, is I record a hypnosis of things I want, and then I get them in a very short period of time. But then I go, I don't want to re-record it again. So then life just kind of keeps going by, and then I'm missing out on all those opportunities to achieve what I want. Sorry. So the last thing is like, comment, share, subscribe. The goal of the channel is to get to 1 million subscribers by sharing simple, practical frameworks, how to bring more well-being into your life as a high achiever. So I'll leave it there. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Enjoy.